So, since I'm sick and kind of bedridden, and I haven't updated in like 7 months, I figured I would record a video. Yay! Let's see. I am no longer at Ohio University because the scholarships and like the financial aid that I had freshman year was not renewed. Um, I was not informed of this, obviously, or I would have done anything that I could in order to stay there. What else? I got new glasses. Woo. I am now at a community college. I go to Owens Community College, and I am studying nursing, which is a bit of a change, but I love a challenge, and I'm doing the best I can. And it's really interesting. Like, okay, well, before I was going to go into theater, before I chose to do theater as my major at OU, I was going to go into physical therapy. And then I had, some pretty awesome influences in my life convinced me to do theater. And it was amazing. And I made a lot of great friendships and relationships and connections and everything with a lot of people. But in the end, I had to do what was right for me and my future and my family. And, I don't really want to graduate $90,000 in debt. So, I transferred. Let's see. The guy that I was talking about in pretty much every one of my past vlogs, I am no longer with, thank God. He is a douchebag. He cheated on me. And the job that I used to have at Bob Evans, I no longer have. I left there, and I am now working at, I don't know what side it's on though, American Eagle. Woo! I'm supposed to work tonight, but I don't know. I can't call off because I don't want them to be stuck without a closer, but obviously I'm not the best of health. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, the reason why I left Bob Evans, other than the fact that I hated it, was also because my manager, who I had a huge crush on, who I was never allowed to, see outside of work or whatever, left. And so I left, and we started dating, and now I'm engaged. Like 7 months later. So things have been a little different. Yeah. And he lives here. He lives in Toledo, and he works here. So he was part of the reason why I came back, and he's really helped me a lot with this whole like huge transition. I don't know if anybody else has ever transferred colleges before, but it's a huge ordeal. Like, you can't just like send your transcript over and be like, hey, I'm a new student now, like, there's a lot of process, especially when you have financial aid, because I have financial aid like almost every other student on the face of this earth, and in order to get everything transferred over, it was like, it's such a pain in the butt. If you can avoid transferring, I recommend it. If you are, my little sister is going into college next year, and I'm trying to talk her into going to a community college before going to a bigger university, because it not only saves money, but I know this sounds really cliche, but you almost never graduate with the major that you started with in college. And I think if I could have had the experience of going to a community college before I went to OU, that, I wouldn't be $12,000 in debt, for one. And two, I don't know, like, college is a big deal. I feel like everything changes, Like, that's really cliche as well, but being out on your own for the first time and learning how to take care of yourself when you feel like shit, like now, and learning how to deal with not only a new social setting, but being away from family and keeping in touch with old friends, which is something that I've got to do since I've been back home, which is nice. I've reconnected with some people that You know, my friends that still care, and as painful as it is to say, I've only been gone from OU for like 2 months, and I feel like I've lost a lot of the people that I thought were my really good friends, which is sad, but in the end, I think it's really good for me, you know? Like, if we were going to graduate and they were just going to leave anyway, then it just kind of speeds up the process. So, yeah. What else is new? Oh, I got in a car accident. That was fun. The day after Christmas, it was like raining ice, and I slid into a guardrail, and I was just sitting there with my blinkers on. I was like, I'm not gonna be able to get out. You know, I don't have like snow tires or anything. And then this semi flatbed tow truck comes and runs into my little Honda, about scared me to death, and now I have extensive body damage to my car. It still runs, but it looks like shit. So, I am currently outside of school. I am working like 25 hours a week. My goal is to pay off my credit cards, which is not actually, I mean, I should be able to within the next like month or two. And save and get a new car. Yay. So, doing that, and I'm beginning to plan my wedding, and Scott and I are looking at houses, and I feel like I'm like playing grown up most of the time, because like I'm 20 years old, and I never ever in like my wildest dreams thought that I would be engaged at 20. Like, that's a big deal. And I mean, like, I've had people who have, you know, expressed their concern for my well-being and want me to wait and blah, blah, blah. And we're not going to get married for another, like, a year and a half. So, we got a while. But that's another thing that's been interesting, is dealing with these people who are trying to give me advice on matters that they don't really have any experience in. You know, like, if somebody came up to me who has done and has experienced the exact same things in their life that I have, then I would take their advice, you know, and I would take it to heart, and I would talk to Scott, obviously, because it's a decision between the two of us, but I feel like most, if not all, of the negative advice has come from people who have completely different circumstances than I do, and who are at completely different places in their life than we are. And I don't know, I'm trying to do what's good for my soul. You know? Like, you can't really help when things happen. Well, you can't always help when things happen. And Scott makes me incredibly happy. You know? Like, he's always there for me, and he's different from anybody that I've ever dated. He's only like 3 years older than me, but he's very mature, and I don't know. I love him. Like, I am in love with this kid. Like, you don't even know. So, um, I think that's about it. Yep. I hope any of you who still watch this channel or have enjoyed this. Yeah. Alright, that's all for now. Bye, guys.